on Thursday?
Yeah. First, definitely still an open competition. I mean, those guys are going to compete all camp. I know Connor was in there initially, and then Jones is now in there playing a little bit more with the ones. But those guys are going to keep battling, keep competing. I don't think we ever set out to say, hey, whoever's in there the first day is going to take it all the way. Those guys are going to compete. They're both going to play in the preseason a lot, and so that's just got to play itself out. They're both doing a good job, and it's not no slight on Connor or anything like that. They're just competing, and we're going to keep rotating those guys through and see where it comes out. So.
We've seen a lot of receivers step up recently just with people moving around and being injured. What have you seen from some of the guys that are getting more reps?
These guys are all doing a good job. We've had to bring in some new guys with some of the injuries, but I think collectively that group's done a good job. They're working. We've challenged those guys to step up and try to make more plays given the people that are out, and just challenging those guys every day to, hey, look around. There's some guys missing. People got to step up and make plays. People got to step up and own the playbook. The continued challenge every day for those guys is we get to unscripted periods. How well do they know the offense? How fast can they play without having a script and knowing what's coming? So, but I like where that group's at. They're working. It's going to be a fun battle in preseason to see kind of where that thing shakes out. So.
Guys like Pauling and Grimes.
Those guys are doing a good job. Those guys, both undrafted guys who, we're really pleased with where they're at. They're both totally different guys in terms of their size and bodies, but they're tough, they're physical, they compete. They got a long way to go too, just like, most of our rookies. And so, but I'm happy with where they're at, and I like how they compete every day. So.
How is this camp differentiated from McCaffrey than any others besides him being out today?
I wouldn't say much. I mean, Christian always kind of has his rep count, in any camp. And, you guys are aware of the adjustments we've made to our schedule to kind of keep them from having too many off days. But, in terms of his rep load, we're right on track where we want to be. And just, he's a veteran player, so you got to monitor him and get him ready for the first week. So.
Any concern with him not being out there today, or is it just kind of managing?
No, just managing. A little sore, but he's doing fine, so just kind of managing him as we go.
That running back situation, I mean, your top four guys are all dealing with something, including today. What has that been like, just kind of trying to cycle through and figure out what
Yeah, I mean, it's twofold. It sucks because you want those young guys out there who we drafted and who we want to see compete and want to see get better. And those guys will get back out there. They're not far away. But it's given guys opportunities to get better too. And you can talk about guys like Patrick Taylor, Sincere McCormick, and Khalil, who we brought in. Gives us a chance to get Debo in there a little bit and get some touches. So, and anytime guys are out, it lets guys step up and gives them opportunities. But we're looking forward to having those guys back too, and we want to get them out there and keep getting them better. So that's why they're here.
Have you gotten the sense that Debo at 30, kind of what he could do, kind of like touch count he could have? Have you gotten any better sense of maybe what his workload could be since he got here?
Yeah, I mean, Debo's in great shape. First of all, he looks really good to me in terms of where his body's at. He can run all day, so no issues there. And Debo still looks like Debo to me. I mean, when he has the ball in his hand, there's nobody more explosive, more dynamic on the field. In terms of managing his load, Debo's got to be able to affect the game in a lot of ways, and that's our plan with him. And he's going to keep, being out a year. There's things he's still catching up on in the offense a little bit, but we're going to keep getting him the reps he needs and getting him ready to play a multitude of spots and being a versatile player. So I just feel really good about where he's at physically, and he's out there every day working and getting better. So it's all we can ask for.
When you guys have a joint practice like this coming up tomorrow, what type of guy are you looking to see? A rookie, a second-year guy? Who will you have your eye on?
And I'm not going to single out anybody, and say I'm this guy. I think there's a lot of young players on our team, a lot of offensive young players who we need to see where they're at. It's always good to go against a different opponent. You don't really know the style of play th're going to have. It's an adjustment, and you're going to see different defenses and different techniques. And you just want to see guys go out there and play confident, play fast, and do their assignment. So it's a good test to kind of see where we're at. All positions have guys we're evaluating closely, and it's going to be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it. I love these days. I love going against somebody else, and it should be fun.
Even when Brock was a rookie, guys would talk about he'd snap at guys in the huddle. And so even though he has this nice guy persona, and everyone realizes, and has realized for a long time, he has this other part to him. The other day he snapped at Watkins for doing something wrong. I don't know. Do you given his kind of, I guess, stereotypical reputation, do you ever find this humorous when you see him, or is it just like, no, that's cool, that's what we need from our leader?
No, I don't find it humorous. I appreciate who Brock is as a leader and as a guy. He's not a rah-rah guy in terms of, he's out bringing a lot of vocal energy every day, but he quietly goes about his business and he tries to hold people accountable. And yeah, Brock, he'll snap, he'll get on people, he'll get on himself probably more than anyone. If you guys hear some things being said out there, it's probably him talking to himself a lot of the time too, which you love that, a guy who's holding himself accountable. But no, I mean, that's who he is. That's who he's always been. You mentioned it. From the day he got here, he kind of had that personality and that edge to him, and we love it. And it's what makes him a great competitor. So not taking that away from him, and I love that he's himself every day. So.
When you think of and consider the conversations about the workload when it comes to Christian McCaffrey, and then you have the younger guys like you just mentioned that are missing some time, how much harder for a guy like Kaylon Black does it make them to catch up to the system, catch up to the style of play? It's their first year. They're not out there because of the joint practice. I guess what I'm saying is, how hard is it for them to kind of catch up with this time missed as it is short season?
I mean, it's a setback. An injury is a setback no matter who it is, and especially when you're a rookie and you're still learning the ropes and you're still going through everything the first time, you want to be out there and you want to be getting those reps. So yeah, it's a setback, but Kaylon specifically, he's the right kind of guy. He's made of the right stuff. He prepares the right way. He's taking care of his body. He's out there at the walkthroughs. He's in the meetings. He's locked in. So he's doing everything he can do to keep himself ready to go when he's healthy, and he will be, and we've got full confidence he'll be ready. So I'm not going to lie and say it's not a problem. It's always a setback, but the good ones and pros will overcome that, and they'll get themselves ready to go. So that's what we're looking for.
With Stribling, I know you like to work those guys at all the positions, and maybe it's too early, but has it kind of revealed itself yet where you'd like to use him early on, or is that still kind of a big
definitely still something that we're trying to see out there. We've only had him back out there for a couple days, and so we're moving him around. We're putting him outside, putting him inside, doing different things with him, giving him touches in different ways. So it's a lot of evaluation. So to go, the preseason is going to tell us a lot too about where he's at. So the thing is, challenge him every day, put him in new spots, and see how he handles it.
A little advanced in terms of just his ability to handle everything that you're asking of him right now?
I think so. I think that's one of the reasons why we really loved him coming out. Is he's a very intelligent guy, football smart. It just absorbs football naturally, and so that's why we love him. That's one of the reasons why we love him. And so again, we're going to challenge him every day and see what he can handle, and hopefully that reveals itself down the line about kind of exactly where we want to put him.
You mentioned Debo has to learn, what he missed last year. Is that just every year in this offense, or was there more, installed or whatever last year?
Yeah, it's more like, everything, you tweak things year to year. You might change how you call a certain motion. You might change how you call formations. You might change how you call protections, or there's always little things that are changing and evolving. And when you're gone, when you miss a year, that stuff you got to relearn. So that's all I'm saying. It's just little things that his foundational understanding is really good, but there's little things that just you're relearning and that are maybe a little bit new this year. So.
Chris Furster said a couple weeks ago he thought you were the most prepared of the guys that have been in your role, and I think what he was saying was that you've come at a time when Kyle is delegating a little bit more, so you're getting more opportunities than maybe a guy in your role would have 5 years ago. Do you feel that? Do you feel like you're getting more prepared as you get this, version of Kyle now that's in his 10th year here?
I try to prepare the same way all the time, to be honest with you. I think, what Kyle's gone through has presented some new challenges and some new areas where I've had to step up and be ready in certain areas. But to be honest with you, my mindset has never changed in terms of how I prepare, what I'm putting, my brain through every day to be ready to call plays, to install the offense, to communicate with players. I truly think of that's my job every day. And whether Kyle does it on the field or he doesn't, I put myself through those stresses too, just so I'm ready for it. So, I'm grateful for all the opportunities that Kyle's given me, and then and just being ready in these moments when he hasn't been around as much. But my mindset's really focused on the same thing every day. So.
On Hard Knocks, they showed the Seahawks Super Bowl rings, which are fairly obnoxious. Have you seen your brother?
I've seen a picture of it, and it's really big. But yeah, good for them. It's a cool ring, and hopefully we can get one of those here pretty soon.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Second time around, but then you're with a new defensive coordinator. What have you liked about this training camp, and what's been different for you this time around?
I just feel with Raheem, he's allowing us to be more aggressive, play to our skill set in the defensive back group, and I just feel it's allowing us to use our skills.
A lot of your position mates have talked about how this new scheme has allowed you to play faster and freer. What do you see as the simplification of your job?
I just feel it's specific for everybody. It's making it for us to just not think and just allowing us to be playmakers. And I just feel that's better for us. I feel we have the type of guys to just go out there and play and not react.
There's some ups and downs in your first year. What are you taking out of training camp this year?
Just to be me. Just to go out there, do the plays that they want me to make, or make the plays that they want me to make, and do my job and make sure I'm protecting the back end.
Played a lot of snaps early on last year, started the first 8 games, and then you didn't come back into a full-time role until that Eagles game, and you had a really great game in that playoff game. Do you feel like the time you spent away or you were on the bench ended up being valuable in the long run?
I'm not going to say it was valuable, but I took it as valuable just for me to learn myself, learn what I needed to work on, learn what the coaches wanted me to work on, and just when I got that another chance to be ready for it.
Do you remember what exactly it was that you were working on?
I feel I just always was in the right spot, but just had to make the play. And so that mindset in practice and film study is just to be one step ahead instead of one step behind.
Are you a little bit bigger this year? It looks like you put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah, I gained a little bit of weight. I gained about, I'll say 8 to 10 pounds since last year.
Do you feel like that was a missing kind of piece last year?
No, I just felt it was better for my skill set being more a true safety, just for blocks, dealing with tight ends, just to be more physical and fit my speed, and be at a weight where I can still keep my speed.
Is there anything specific that you worked on during the offseason to prepare you for this?
I'll just say film study and working on my breaks, being in the post, make sure I'm getting in and out of my breaks.
You leaned on in the locker room a little bit more this offseason to understand the system here and like how to kind of better display your skill set and what you needed to do coming into this season?
I'll say I'll take a little bit from everybody. RG, just how he played man, how aggressive he is. Demo, just how smart he is with the break points. Jair Brown, just how he's getting out of his breaks in the post. Malik Mustafa, just how he's in and out of his breaks. So it's just throughout the whole offseason, I just took one piece from each guy.
Did you hear guys talking about Dre Greenlaw in the locker room last year, and what's it been like now seeing him in practice?
Oh, yeah, they always talked about him, just how aggressive he was, especially when we was going against the Broncos last year in the first joint practice. They just said, oh, yeah, he's going to bring it, so we better bring it. So we love that he's back with us, and we love the aggression he brings to the team. He wakes guys up if they waking or they come in the morning tired. So he brings that energy for us, what we need for the defense, and he's going to go out there and make plays.
You feel like you already knew him a little bit when you met him for the first time, just because what you'd heard about him?
Most definitely, just because his energy never left. He stayed in this room even though he wasn't here.
How does he wake guys up?
If he sees sleepy eyes, he's coming up to shaking, shouting. He's making sure you awake, just because he knows he's going to bring that energy. He wants to he expects the most from you.
What is Jerry Graven like as a coach?
Amazing. He's taking my football IQ to another level. Just what he brings, just his wisdom, his ball knowledge, just learning it bit by bit.
Like a father figure as well?
Definitely. We laugh in there, we joke in there, but it's time to be serious when it's time to be serious.
Has he simplified the game for you, like what you're seeing when you're out there?
I definitely say he's definitely simplifying the game, making it way easier. I feel that's where we are able to make more plays because Jerry's trying to simplify it the best for each guy, just for them. So he's definitely been a big improvement with that.
We haven't seen Malik Mustafa on the field in a couple weeks because of the hamstring. Is he in meetings, and what's the relationship with you guys and him right now?
Yes, he's still in meetings. I don't know his schedule and all that, so I can't really speak on that.
All good, guys?
Is he a guy that you've leaned on also?
Yes. He's been in the system for 3 years, so I just take the little bits I get from him, just his ball knowledge. I'm always asking him questions. We always talking, seeing what he sees, what I see, just comparing notes.
All good? All right.
Thanks, Marquise.
Thank you.
Forster, he's mentioned a bunch of times how big of a step you've taken, how much slower the game is for you. How does it feel? This is now year 3, but how does it feel for you out there? You said when it came to the get betters, you really focused in on doing those this offseason.
Yeah, I feel a lot better, a lot more comfortable this year. Just trusting. I feel like halfway through my second year on, I kind of found something that works for me. My rookie year, he's right. I was kind of just flying by, just doing what I did in college, and it was working. So the second year, some guys get some tape on you, and they kind of realize where your weaknesses are. So I think I spent maybe half the year just trying to find something that worked for me in my second year. So, I found something later on that season, and I came in, really attacked it in the offseason, and worked with Coach Forster, and we've just been getting better at it ever since. And I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that, I have a technique that I can go to. I have a couple counters that I know. So I just feel a lot better.
The knee injury last preseason sort of maybe hamper that ability to get up to speed early in the year?
I don't know. It's impossible to tell because, like I said, there was a lot of things I still need to work on the first half of the season. So whether the knee impacted me or not, it didn't really impact my technique as much. Maybe athletically, maybe, I don't know. I don't think it did too much, though, honestly.
What point in the season did you feel like yourself where it wasn't an impact on your play?
I couldn't even really tell you a week I felt like myself because in the season you never really feel too good. I don't know. I couldn't really give you a week, but just like I said, technique-wise, I don't know, some halfway point through the season I just kind of found something that worked and just kept working at it.
When you say, in effect, guys kind of maybe figured a defensive lineman, could study you and figure you out to some degree. Were you ever surprised last year, beginning of the season, this used to work, what's going on,
Yeah.
Was it surprising?
A coach tells you, man, you keep doing that, man, you're probably not going to get away with it for too much longer. But, if it's working, in my head, you're just going to keep doing it. And, it's hard to listen when something's working. But then when it stops working, that's when you really start listening to coaching and, you got to find something else to do. You can't keep doing this and getting away with it. So, yeah, just like I said, just keep working on technique.
First, ever say, I told you so?
No, he didn't say it, but, he's so smart. He done seen so much players and so much ball. He knows what's not going to work in the future. And if you keep doing this, it's not going to pan out. So, he kept harping on me every week. And, as towards the end of my first year, actually, it started not to look too good. And then beginning of the second year, kind of trended the same direction. So I was like, something's got to change. And so I really worked with him a lot and continued to the offseason and now training camp.
I know these are top secret things, but can you give us any insight into kind of what you were doing that, I don't know, maybe defensive lineman had a book on all of a sudden?
No. Yeah, no, you're good.
Did he give you a list of things to work on or film to watch, things to do?
It's just every week you watch the film from the game and you write down your notes, and you look back at it, and it's boom, boom, boom. There's a progression. You fix one thing, there goes another. You fix that thing, maybe this thing comes back and bites you. Maybe another thing appears. It's just like a head game with the D lineman, and there's just counters to everything. And when you get in that game, it can get kind of ugly. But when you really find something that works for you, that's when you can really try to elevate your game.
Have you started watching film of Aaron Donald yet?
Huh?
Have you started watching film of Aaron Donald yet?
No, I have not started watching film yet.
Curious to see what it would be like since you didn't get to face him before he retired?
Yeah, he's probably the greatest D lineman of all time. So, it'd be pretty cool to go against him.
Have you seen from Alfred Collins coming back in his second year?
I see a lot, man. I see a lot of growth. He's just getting back out there, and I had the knee last year, so I know how it kind of feels to be a little rusty. And but you can tell, like even today, he was working some really good moves, just getting more comfortable with his timing. I'm excited to see him in year 2, just be an absolute guy in the run game, and just keep working on some pass rush moves.
A lot of first and second year guys at defensive tackle on this team. You go against them every day. What have you seen from that group? Who among them have kind of impressed you so far?
Edge and interior? Just interior?
Grayson Halton, the 2 undrafted rookies, Valdez from last year.
Yeah, no, I mean, Grayson Halton has some juice to him. He's obviously a big body that can move side to side. He's agile. I'm excited to see what he can bring to this team. Valdez, I think he's going to take a step this year. I think he went through a lot of work in his rookie year, just grinding. He's practice squad, but just getting those reps and team. He never took a day off. He always made me better. He's probably my favorite guy to go against, during the scout team week. He's just a good opponent to go against in practice. But I think he's starting to put it together. He's really figuring it out.
He would push you during the scout team practices.
Yeah, he does a really good job, and he actually will get some pretty good looks on what the D lineman during the week is going to do. He takes a lot of pride in that, so I was very happy with the looks he was giving me during the year.
What type of an impact can Osa Digizua make in the game?
A big impact, man. He's super strong. He'll set the edge on the inside. He won't let a guy reach him and just keep blocking him. He's going to get vertical. He's going to set the edge on the B gap edge, and he can pass rush. I think he was leading the league in pressures from interior. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I think I heard that, but it shows in practice. He's a very strong guy. He'll push the pocket. He's hard to get his hands on and keep him on him. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
Feeling like Raheem's 4 or 5 down front is going to help you guys practice and prepare for different looks during the season?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the teams in the league are trending towards that defense. I feel like we saw it a lot last year. So, I'm excited. My first 2 years was Sorensen and Sala. So, that 4-down jet, get off the ball, 4-3. That was pretty much all I've been going against all camp. So, it's fun to do this year because, there's teams in our division that run that defense. A lot of teams we'll see this year run that same defense, so I'm excited.
How would you describe Brock's leadership style?
Man, he's just a guy. I feel like every time you guys ask me this, it's just my answer never changes. He's a guy, man. He gets in the huddle, he commands the huddle. He never wavers. Any bad play in practice, he's just on to the next play. It's you don't even talk about that play. He's always keeping us energized in the huddle and just making sure we work. If someone messes up, he's on them. So I can't ask any more of Brock as a leader.
By the end of your rookie year, it wasn't quite as good, and then it starts your second year that way. Did you ever have affect your confidence? Did you ever wonder, oh shoot, maybe I'm not as good as I thought, or did these thoughts start going through your head?
Yeah, for sure. That's normal. I think for any player who's had a lot of success. I had a lot of success in college and my rookie year, and when it starts to fade a little bit, you start to kind of question yourself, have you been figured out? Can you even come back from this? Or can you get better? And the challenge is it just hit me throughout the season. It's just stop thinking so much and just go do what you do. Whatever you need to do, what that technique is, do it with your coach. And if you get beat doing what your coach, it's the defense guy just got you. You get got in this league, but I think it's just you got to keep sticking to the fundamentals and just keep doing what you know.
I realized Carver Willis was out for a little bit, but he's back now. What's your early impression, just since he's been in the building, of the young kid? He's been going, from guard to guard spot and trying to learn everything.
Yeah, no, it's not easy in this offense. He's learning both guards and center. And as a rookie, I don't know if center in this offense is not easy. So, you get a lot of credit to Brendel because he rarely messes up calls in the season. He just does a great job all the time. For Carver to have a vet like that in the room that he can ask any question to is amazing. And seeing him at guard, man, he's a talented kid. He's very developed coming in for a rookie. He's just got to learn the playbook, and he's doing a good job of it. And just keep working, just keep getting reps.
Debo Samuel's energy like in the huddle and on the field?
I mean, you guys know Debo. It's the same in the locker room. It's the same on Sundays. he's just Debo. Like, he came back in the locker room, he just started yelling everyone's name, and like it was just good to see him, good to have him back. He's like 2 lockers down from me my rookie year, and you know, I miss his energy in the locker room, and it's good to have him back.
In a different spot now?
No, yeah, he is in a different spot now. Yeah, sadly.
Can you tell, I don't know if you can tell during the game, but certainly when you watch film, would you describe Christian's vision, what he sees, what's available, what he makes out of it?
This camp? In the game?
With McCaffrey, yeah, during the game.
I mean, his vision's unreal. He sees the gap opening before it's even there. Like, he just has such a feel for it because, you know, he's played so many years and so many reps stacked under his belt. It's hard for me to describe his vision. I don't really know what he sees out there, but he does a good job hitting the gaps, and he's starting to hit it full speed now, and you know, he feels really good this year.
Are there any plays that come to mind that you think you remember watching, maybe on film going up? I don't know how we saw that.
No, not one that comes to mind. But I mean, he makes a lot of great plays. But no, not one like I don't remember. It's hard to remember in the game because I'm just trying to block my guy. So yeah.
I know you're a Steph guy. There was some smoke that LeBron was maybe going to come to the Warriors too. Did you want to see that happen, or are you kind of?
Yeah, I did want to see that happen. Yeah, but now it's not going to happen now. So I'm kind of sad about that. And I'd like to see Steph get somebody alongside him to, you know, it is what it is. I'm not a GM or a coach, so I'm a Steph fan. You know, I love him. So maybe we'll get someone else.
Anybody in particular in mind? If you had a dream scenario.
That's a good question. If I was the Warriors GM, I don't even know anymore. I think it was either Bron or nothing. Maybe Bron, AD, but it was a fever dream. So yeah. Thank you guys.